Sorry for the confusing intro, but this is not a news uh, one. It's just the one we had set up. Um, Before we start, I must address what I am building is not a firearm. It is a prop. So YouTube, settle down. I'm going to show you how to put together how I put together my props. We're going over how I build this one. It is um, a prop based on a firearm used in a anime called Demon Slayer. Um, Video has not no audio. It is just going to be us reviewing what I'm doing, and I'll be doing the voiceover as we play. Um, so with that, let's go to some sponsors. First off, we should probably do our usual, Dubby. If you need energy without the crash, it's a good way to get it. That's a pretty good energy drink, if you ask me.
Yep, I agree. And also, Dragonade is back the in stock. So I'm looking forward to getting some of that and having me some of that.
Yeah, I really like the s'mores flavor myself. Unfortunately, it's no longer in production. It still was a really good flavor to have.
Yep, it's a really good flavor.
And if y'all want to support us even more, we have merch. Now, as stated in the ad, all of our proceeds from the store are is going to go back to giving you more and better content. So please support if you're able to. Now, let me start showing what's going on here. Hang on one second. It is doing a quick update. What a unfortunate timing. Of course. While that's doing that, I'll go over how this how this looks. Um, Now it is not painted yet, so it's still all in black. But it it breaks open. You can take out shells, put shells in, and close it. Notice has some nice triggers. They do not pull though, and this does not thing. This would be a good thing for Comic Con and anything like that because it is completely safe. Um, just give us 1 minute. We are having some technical difficulties, but it will not take long. So, Kanan, how things have been with you?
They have been good. How about you? I've been playing
Good.
the new Resident Evil 9 lately.
Good game. Good game. Gotten pretty far. Haven't quite beaten it yet.
Yep, I've enjoyed it so far.
Almost there. And we're back. Let me just share my screen again. And first thing y'all are going to know is it a pretty close up of my stomach. But it's emphasizing everything. As you can see here, I'm showing you the was in fact in two halves. And now what I do is I put some glue in and I use a hot soldering iron. You could use a um like one
It's
from
not
a
showing up on the
computer
screen.
or um just a regular soldering iron. I
Hey,
use like
Hoss,
what's
it's
called
not
a
showing up
pyro.
on the screen.
Did I forget to? Oh, sorry, completely forgot to do something. Anyway, let's start over. Um, Again, handles were in two halves,
The video's not
left
playing.
and right. Um, I put some glue to try and keep them together, but that didn't quite work.
Hoss, the video's not showing.
Uh, what I you need to do is weld the edges to make it nice and seamless.
Hoss, the
Uh,
video's not showing.
Um,
There you go.
it should be.
Now it is.
Um, that's what I thought. I mean, it should be. Can you still see it?
Yeah, the first part of the video is not playing.
Can it still be seen?
No. Now it can be seen.
Can it?
Now it can be seen.
You're breaking up. But right here you can see I've taken actual pieces from other prints that are support pieces and pieces of plastic, and much like stick welding, I uh I kind of take that plastic and melt it to the and weld it to the actual seam. As you can see, it kind of leaves it a little rough, but you smooth it out as best you can. You know, at a nice slow speed. Usually, does take a while. Um, and that's it after it's done. And now I take an X-Acto knife and scrape off a little bit of that extra plastic that gets left on after it's been welded. You'll find it uh, kind of has some spurs. Your trigger guard and put those came in two pieces. You simply put them together. You can see me reaching down to grab my tool, and once again, same thing as all the rest is you just gotta weld it together. Kind of skipped on me. Um, I had connection issues with the camera that time, so I that's why it's cut up in all these pieces. As you can see, there's the back of the receiver, and then there's the front of the receiver and the two barrels. It's a quick and simple fit, and what I have there is some filament. I made the hole just big enough for the filament to go through the entire thing and act as a hinge.
That's pretty cool.
And you take way through. You can see I was kind of having a little bit of trouble at first, but get it in just the right place. Yeah, the filament I was using kind of is a little old and a little brittle. Even um, what happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Or is it stuff on my end?
On my end, it's running really slowly and kind of stuck. Maybe you skip to a new part.
Huh?
There we go.
I'm kind of
Now try
skipping to a
playing
new
it and
part.
see if it works.
Um, all right. Can you?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Has it been at least showing up at least some of the time?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been showing up all the time.
Pretty much anywhere, any hobby store, and snip off the excess flush, and then I have a nice working hinge. You can see I'm showing the shells that I had printed previously. That is the end of the video. After that, I did go over with this file right here. It's a simple model file, and I went ahead and filed down everything else, smoothing it out because this is a very fine file. And now I have this. Going to put some brown paint to make it look like wood, and just has a nice feel to it. So, Kanan, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was really interesting. I've never really made any kind of 3D models, so I don't know what goes into it personally, but it looks like a fun thing to do. And I I'll tell people now. If you're making 3D models to be taken out, make sure that you put an orange rim around the end so people know that it's fake. If you're just putting it at your house to like show as a showpiece, that's fine. Paint it however you want. But if you're going to take it out in public and play in the yard with it, make sure that you like paint it some way that people are going to see it and be like, oh, that's a fake gun. uh
Yes, that's why I made removable, um don't know where they are right now, but they're removable end caps that I'm going to paint orange, and you could just put them in the end of the barrel, show them as orange. Now, personally, down here, if you go in public with something like that, and you're not like wielding it around like a crazy person, cops won't actually bother you with it because they're used to seeing people with guns just going around. Now they will watch you and maybe stop you and check you, but they won't be like aggressively coming after you.
yeah, but it's not like that everywhere, especially right now with the way the world is and everything like that. It's
That's why I said down here and in most gun care and open carry states. Um, yeah, that's why, like I said, I did print out some removable end plugs that can be painted orange, and it will just go into the barrel, and they'll have the orange tip no matter what. But
yeah.
whenever it's at home and or like at a Comic Con where you can show it to the people and they examine it and then they give you a sticker onto it saying, "All right, it's been checked." You don't necessarily need the orange tips, but that will that depends from con to con.
I don't
I
know.
would
I think most Comic Cons now they don't even let you bring in gun shaped items. They're very meticulous about it and stuff like that.
well, it just can't be like I said at our cons. Um, I have some friends went to cons and they have weapons and stuff like that. Mostly holstered, but um, as long they'll tell you as long as you don't go around pointing it at people, it will be okay.
Okay. Just the
But
stories I've heard, they've had like people in other places that have had like gun shaped items and they taken them away.
well, yeah, like I said, it depends from con to con, state to state. Um, I would consult the rules of the con before going to it. They'll have it
Yeah.
on their site and they will give you specific do's and don'ts on costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I can make a whole bunch of stuff. Uh, Here's a really old design I put together from scratch, and has a working trigger and hammer. Uh, it slings out and it can chamber fake 500 Magnum bullets. Now, this I probably would never bring out because um again, no orange tip, but I'm just saying, like, these are the things you can put together if you know how to 3D print and you print stuff out, and you can have fun little things like this. I personally keep it next to my computer and as a reminder, as a first attempt, basically. It came out good, but it could have used a lot of improvement, a lot of stuff here and there. Uh,
Yeah, a little bit of engineering because the hammer is kind of wrong.
yeah, it's what I was able to do with what I had at the time.
Right, right.
Like I still can only make simple stuff from simple shapes, and that was whenever I was getting started. I can spend more time refining the shape, sculpting them using other pieces and stuff. It, it's just a learning curve. Um, but it's like nowadays they're really trying to push to people not be able to print this stuff, even if it's something like this, which you ask me is almost impossible.
Yeah, because then you can't print shapes,
I
which means you
mean,
can't make anything.
yeah, I mean, it's going to, if they, one, it's going to need to be much larger, considering it's going to be able to have to distinguish, oh, this shape is a cylinder. A cylinder that has a hole through it can be used as a barrel, so I can't really make a tube because it can be used as a firearm. Well, guess what? A lot of tubes and stuff uh, are on a lot of props that people make, even if it's not a weapon.
Yep,
It's
that's
also
true.
gonna it's also gonna take up a lot of processing power. So you're gonna have much more expensive 3D printing and uh, much bigger storage spaces.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just unfeasible um, to uh, actually enforce it. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah,
Um, oh, I really thought that would have taken longer.
yeah. I mean, the video took a long time to make, but then the run through didn't really take that long.
Yeah. Um. So I guess I'll just. I guess we'll cut it short here because Hawaiian's usually the one asking more questions and accuracies and stuff like that. Uh, So we'll cut it short for today. We will hopefully have Hawaiian next week. Um, so let's go to our last sponsor and get ready to end. Um, concealed carry and stuff is a important thing. So it's also important that you get proper training. So
Concealed Carry and Home Defense Fundamentals. Take a class where you will get the foundation needed to obtain your CCW permit. Get the confidence you need to act as your family's first line of defense. Learn about home security, marksmanship fundamentals, firearms basics, conflict avoidance, situational awareness, physiology of violent encounters, the legal aspect of using deadly force, and the aftermath of a home defense incident. Register for your Concealed Carry and Home Defense Fundamentals class today.
I think that's always good for anyone, even if you don't own a gun, to know about this type of stuff just in case you come across at least some parts of it, like the conflict avoidance and uh, stuff like that. You should probably, even if you don't have a gun, learn conflict avoidance.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is very important to know. I mean, for all shooters, even if you just want to open carry, but you need to know the legality of, you know, when you're gonna pull the trigger, or if you ever need to pull the trigger. Um, you know, would you be getting arrested because you're going to be shooting another person who is not following the rules? Which is sad because, if someone's, doing something wrong and you pull the trigger, you could be going to jail, which shouldn't be a thing because, you're saving lives
Protecting your own.
and protecting your own. And it's, I don't know, it's weird, but, it happens. We've seen it happen on the news. Just some good things to know. If you're going to open carry, you should, or even conceal carry, you should probably take a class first before you do it, so you know.
Yep. And that will be our stream today. So goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.